So now let's shift gears a little bit. On Monday, we made an announcement of a public sector initiative called CityNext. And it's an effort that's very much involving partners. And it's something that we think is going to impact cities and people around the world. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and bring up Laura Ipsen to help share some of the news on CityNext.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Microsoft's Corporate Vice President, Worldwide Public Sector, Laura Ipsen.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be back at WPC. You know, last year, I talked to all of you about our national plan work and how you can get involved in shaping economic impact and social issues at a country level. Well, I want to thank all of you because you all helped us create over 50,000 startups in 100 countries worldwide. Congratulations. You know, this year I want to take that national plan to the local level with an initiative we call CityNext. If you think about it, it's the first time in history that over 50% of our population lives in cities. This creates enormous challenges and opportunities for cities around the world, and we believe that technology can be a true differentiator, and your solutions can play a pivotal role. You know, perhaps there's no other author than Thomas Friedman who told us about the impact that technology has on the world. He wrote that book, That the World is Flat, and he said the world is hot, kind of as in Houston, flat and crowded. And it's forcing businesses and government and cities to rethink and reimagine how we run in the future. Why? Because it's the nexus of both globalization and informatization that's changed the economic and social construct forever. It's truly turned the world upside down. You know, 80% of the world's GDP is in cities. And also, the majority of resources and over 75% of energy is also consumed in cities. So it means that we all need to care about the future of cities, think about how we build technology solutions for healthier, safer, and more sustainable cities as well. When you look at it, there are truly four compelling forces that are changing the expectations of citizens, putting pressures on governments. The first is around urbanization. Many people are flocking to cities to find the next level opportunities and jobs. By 2050, the United Nations predicts that over 70% of us will live in urban centers. And in emerging markets, it's growing at over 1 million persons a week. When it comes to modernizations, it doesn't matter if you're an old or new city. Cities are making investments to compete. And the data shows that over $350 trillion will be spent on infrastructure by 2050. We'd also look at informatization as a huge force, how technology is making a difference and transforming all of us into this information society. And there's over $100 billion spent on ICT in cities annually. That's a huge opportunity not only to scale, but to replicate the success globally. Now, when it comes to globalization, and when you read a lot of Thomas Friedman's work, globalization says, wow, we've created enormous opportunities for some countries. Small countries have become quite big. But it also means that there's challenges. Nearly 3 billion people live on less than $2 a week. So now is the time for all of us to work together, harness our collective forces, and be thoughtful on a strategic approach around cities, which we call CityNext. Now, I wanted to share a little bit about the Microsoft strategy on CityNext. It's not that we haven't been working in cities already. We have a huge footprint. We've been working with many of you in cities to do transformational work. But today it's really about moving beyond technology capacity to human capacity. For Microsoft, it's leveraging that business model of putting people first. in our approach to innovation. It's about empowering citizens and business and governments to shape the future. How? We have this fantastic secure platform, and we work with all of you, over 430,000 partners of all sizes, to build new innovative solutions. And why now, you ask? Well, I think it's a fantastic time to leverage our move to devices and services. We're also the only company, as you heard from Steve Ballmer on Monday, that has a cloud strategy that fits all cities. Governments are looking for a private cloud, and it was great to hear that private cloud is here to stay. That's an important message to cities. But it's about a public, private, and hybrid cloud for cities to move to cloud at their pace on their terms. We're also the only company that has a public approach that can go end-to-end with citizens and consumers to enterprise and cities. With our partners, we truly believe that we can deliver a one-city experience across all eight of these functional areas you see, from healthcare and energy to education to transportation and many others. So we wanted to share a little bit of what you can hear from city leaders in the world.
For the first time in history, more than 50% of the world's population will live in cities.
We need to be more efficient at how we deliver services. We need to be better at getting people from A to B.
When you look at what makes up a city, certainly it's really about the people.
You know, our city has to support a consumer who expects and demands services now at the touch of a button.
Hacemos una apuesta para lo que llamamos las ciudades inteligentes.
People need information, people need access, they need data, and the government actually needs the same thing.
那么我们的愿望啊，就是实现呢硬海的这样一个转变。
It's a fabulous opportunity that can be a global network of young change agents driving the future.
These partnerships bring all of the expertise from the outside, paired with what we know and best understand about how the government works on the inside, all with the design of making sure that we give our citizens the highest quality service at the lowest possible cost.
Barcelona quiere ser un referente de las nuevas tecnologías puestas al servicio de las personas.
Every one of us has something to learn from the other. You don't always have to be sitting right next to someone to share an idea.
We are going to learn from other global cities and from leading technology providers how best we're going to tackle the challenges for the future.
我们呢，就特别看重和微软这样的世界的信息产业的领军企业进行合作。
The opportunities for the future through technology, I think, are virtually limitless.
So I want to thank many of our partners who are already working in these cities and the city leaders for truly having a real impact. Now, the way that we're going about CityNext is really reimagining cities around three key pillars. The first is around transformation of operations and infrastructure, work that many of us are already doing. You know, today cities are on this daily diet of austerity. They need to save money, they're consolidating IT, and they have a lot of pressure to do more with less. And ICT gives a major return on their investments. At Microsoft, we're building that secure platform, we're modernizing data centers, and we're moving services to the cloud. Let me give you two examples. In Chicago, we're moving over 30,000 government workers into the cloud with Office 365, saving the city over the next three years $400,000. Just yesterday in Seattle, we made an announcement with Mayor McGinn. We made an announcement working with Accenture to help Seattle use real-time data in the cloud for energy management. The city has set a goal to save 50% of their energy by 2030. And in other areas, we're really using that real-time cloud data to produce next-generation dashboards. With partners like BizSmart and Extended Results, we're using real-time data from the cloud to do new things. We're working with partners like OSIsoft to use their PI system to capture real-time and then have historical data so leaders can make smart decisions. And with Socrata, we have an amazing partnership where they're building open data on Azure, creating these dashboards of the future. So truly, when you think about it with mobility and cloud and everything else, all of these are examples of how we can do new with less in cities. It helps cities in terms of their agility and speed to making decisions as well. The second pillar is around engaging citizens and businesses. You know, in this new world of online, real-time, we can use social media, new applications with Windows 8, and all of our innovative technologies to make a difference in cities. With our partner, KMD Online Care in Denmark, which I recently visited, we're doing such amazing things using Connect for virtual healthcare for the elderly. And we didn't stop there. Our partner said, if we can provide this for the elderly, let's scale it to 1.8 million citizens who need things like physical rehabilitation and health and home. This is saving millions in Denmark and truly an opportunity of doing new with less. We're also working with Itron, and they just delivered a really cool app, Itron Insights, that helps us all look at viewing our energy and water consumption and how we can manage reduction of CO2. And then finally, as you saw a little bit about Hainan Province in China, we've got a fantastic tourism app that helps attract lots of new visitors and have an amazing experience there. And today, in our store, we have over 10,000 applications around healthcare, education, and government, engaging citizens, businesses, and governments in new ways. And all of these are examples of doing not only more, but new with less. The third pillar is about acceleration. It's about acceleration of innovation and opportunities. At the end of the day, what do cities really want? They want economic growth and jobs. It's jobs, jobs, jobs. Now, 90% of all jobs in the next 5 years are going to require ICT skills. The good news for Microsoft and all of our partners are that we invest in education, skill sets, and building jobs. We have a long history. Probably one of the premier examples of that is our program Partners in Learning. It's a platform. It's a platform for using IT in education, and it's a platform where we've invested, and over the next 15 years will be a total of $750 million with support from many of our partners. It includes over 12 million teachers, students, and it's part of an amazing collaboration. We also have YouSpark, where we're creating 300 million job opportunities in the next 3 years, BizSpark for entrepreneurs, and IT academies for professional development. Finally, I want to showcase the picture here in Imagine Cup. Imagine Cup creates entrepreneurs of the future. And the next Imagine Cup will wrap up in St. Petersburg, Russia this week with over 300 students from 69 countries competing for over $1 million in prizes. But what's really important is building off of Microsoft technology, and it's creating IT skills for the future. With public-private partnerships, those are truly the key for sustainable growth, and that's how we're accelerating economic growth and opportunities. Finally, I think we have to all say to you, how do you get involved? How do we empower our partners to continue the amazing work that you're all doing in cities already? Well, in our public sector team, we have over 2,000 experts globally that are working with many other Microsoft organizations and RBGs to provide 3 things. First is an innovative framework where we provide technical engagements, reference models, delivering cross-functional solutions. We're also working with you to scale and replicate globally by providing sales engagement, account plans, and referrals around the world. So you can take solutions that have really worked and build them in other parts of the world. But it comes down to execution. And when it comes to execution, it means executing locally, building those one-to-one account plans, go-to-market campaigns, and providing more relevance around these 3 pillars and letting you know how you can get more involved in the work that we're doing in cities. We truly believe that CityNext will amplify the great work that we're all doing already, and it will accelerate new opportunities to have a real impact in cities. So finally, I want to say, please get engaged. Please join these next sessions that we have this afternoon. We're excited to share more with you and dive much deeper in how we're building this ecosystem across many different venues. You know, Mahatma Gandhi said, Be the change that you want to see in the world. I hope you'll all join us in CityNext. Thank you.
Ladies